I lose you forever.
Okay, so right about here, he's going for the flower. So I'm assuming he put the drug in the flower, but we don't actually see him do it. And I guess all she has to do is sniff it. Like,
She's
this is all
she's got to inhale it. Yeah.
And like, what if she didn't sniff it? Like, I mean, I know it's I guess it's just a stereotype. If you hand a girl a flower, they're always gonna sniff it.
Yeah.
Like, what if she didn't sniff it? Then it wouldn't have worked.
Then, well, right. Well,
what
maybe,
if he sniffed it?
Maybe
by
he had
accident?
a plan. Maybe he had a plan B. Then he was gonna like take it and put it into her food. He's like, well, if that didn't work, then I'll try something else later.
Well, what if he got some on his hand and he sniffed his hand or something?
Yeah.
We are gathered together here in the sight of God and in the face of this company to join together this man, this woman.
He doesn't look very happy.
No, he doesn't want them getting married at all. This is really just a very selfish. And then we start hearing music.
Oh, is this the part with the bird?
Oh God, yeah, the
Okay.
bird. So this is weird. This ritual to zombify her. The drug isn't enough. Lugosi also has to just watch what he does. He takes a candle, and it's just convenient that there happens to be like a candle here. So he takes it out of the the light, and then he has the scarf. You remember when he took that scarf? So I guess he needs something that belongs to her.
Okay.
And he's wrapping that up in the.
So it's voodoo.
Yeah. Now he's making
like Temple
like
of
a
Doom.
voodoo. Yeah. So now he's making like a voodoo doll out of wax.
Om Nam Shiva. Om Nam Shiva.
Oh, that bird. It's a horrible sound.
It's the giant claw.
It does sound like the giant claw. Like, that's the most annoying bird cackle I've ever heard. And I like the way Lugosi reacts to it, too. So this may be like one of the first, music in a horror film. Like, there was a little in Dracula.
Right.
But, we're still really early in the horror genre, so there wasn't really much, music yet. So Madeline is the white zombie.
Right. I never even realized that till now. So she's the white zombie.
I guess so. Lugosi, they never really say his name in the movie. There is one part you'll hear later where they say, they call him Murder. But anywhere you read it in a book, his name is Murder Legendre. They never say that in the movie, never.
Is there when the movie ends, is there end credits? Or does the movie just end?
I don't think there are end credits. I don't think it says it either.
So there's no. So it doesn't say it like in titles or anything either. Then. Huh?
No, the only time they ever say it is in a 1952 trailer where the narrator actually says Murder Legendre, like in the voiceover.
Okay.
But in the movie, no.
What did you say? A 52 trailer?
1952. It was the.
So what
the
did this movie get re-released?
Yeah, it must have been a re-release
or
maybe for television, because in the 50s this played on TV a lot. Like in Ed Wood, when you see Lugosi watching it on TV,
yeah.
That was true that Lugosi used to actually watch the movie when it was on,
okay.
And he used to really like it. Like, he would say that this is one of his favorite movies that he was in. So, the movie Ed Wood isn't all true, but that is something in it that is kind of, based on fact. So this shot here goes on a little longer in this version than on the Rerun DVD, which is kind of weird. So for some reason, this version we're looking at is actually slightly longer in that part. I don't know why. About Murder Legendre, I wonder why they can't, it was such a weird name to just call somebody Murder. Like, how about calling them Assassination?
Kill.
There's two asses in Assassination. I like how you just hear the crickets, nothing else.
Yes, they are my servants. Did you think we could do it alone? In their lifetime, they were my...
I'm really curious about that colorized version. I've heard it was a really awful job.
Did they sell that on DVD or anything? Can you get it? Or
You could probably get it on VHS, I think.
where was it originally? Was it on TV originally, the colorized version, or do you not know?
I'm not sure.
Well, anybody that's listening, if you know where we can find the colorized version of White Zombie, let us know.
Yeah. You know what a lot of people don't know is that real life was black and white back then. Real life just became color eventually.
No, it wasn't. That's not true.
No, real life was black and white, and then, like, somewhere around the 50s, it became in color. You could have a camera that
Oh, you
shot...
mean when Technicolor was invented?
Well, actually, Technicolor came out before real life came in color. So you could shoot a movie in color and watch it. I don't know.
Interesting. I hadn't thought of that, James.
This one.
It's quite a hat he's got on. Looks like a sombrero. It's like a black sombrero.
Yeah, it's. I think there is an actual purpose for that hat. I'm not sure what it is. It's like.
It looks like, is it some kind of like priest hat or something?
Something like that, or
some
like
kind of voodoo, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, here he comes with the hands, though.
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about earlier. And is that the same ring he was wearing in Dracula? No, it's not, because I know that the Dracula ring has a jewel in it, I believe. I wonder where that ring is today, the White Zombie ring.
Yeah.
I wonder if Lugosi's buried with it, or...
the clothing he wore, actually, they found that, and somebody just auctioned it off, actually.
Really?
It was on the show Hollywood Treasure, and they found the actual, like, suit that Lugosi was wearing.
Wow. You mean in White Zombie?
In White Zombie, yeah.
Okay.
It was modified a bit. Like, apparently they, like, used it again for something else, and they changed the lapels on it.
Don't you love how the shots go from, like...
Yeah, it gets really grainy.
It's like white, and then it goes to, like, deep black.
Yeah. Like it was, like there was some kind of light leakage, you know. So now she's Lugosi's kind of girl.
Madeline. Madeline!
Well, if you want to see a pretty good commentary on the movie, with like, you know, a lot of historical facts on the Rerun Group Restoration DVD, also has a commentary by Gary D. Rhodes, who wrote the White Zombie book we're talking about. So he actually does a commentary on that DVD. And another thing you'll find on that DVD is a really funny interview with Lugosi. You know that one where it's like it's that girl interviewing him like out in like a courtyard?
That one? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah, I like that interview. There's another good interview he did where he's on a boat talking to an interviewer, and then the third one I know was the one at the hospital.
Well, watch for a tombstone wobble, very slightly.
There it is.
Yeah.
What is this, Plan 9 from outer space?
His suit is so white right now. Like everything else is dark. It really stands out.
I'm worried he's gonna get that suit dirty with all that dirt.
Yeah, it's just so white because if they would have they overexposed him just to expose, you know, the background.
Maybe he's the White Zombie since he's all in white.
Yeah. Totally off camera. We hear him scream.
Guess something bad happened to him. One of the zombies got him.
Well, notice this shot here. It starts on.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It starts
see.
to move. This is one take. This whole thing. It's just one camera shot. This entire scene. And it's going to end behind his back again. This is kind of like what Alfred Hitchcock did in Rope. Rope is a really great movie, and sometimes it's overshadowed by the fact that everybody talks about the one take, but you know, it's also a very good movie. But Rope, Hitchcock had to cut every like 10 or 12 minutes because that was as much film as they could hold in the camera. So a lot of times they would cut behind someone's back, or they would try to do it some part where it wasn't as noticeable.
So what else can you say about the shot? Do you know anything else? Like, why is the shot like that?
It's pretty ambitious because you don't really see that happen a lot. The book gives a reason for it, like a, you know.
Let me explain.
Oh, by the way, actually, he's about to explain the zombies right now. Yeah, check this out.
You will find there's also a practice. Now, do you remember what your driver told you the night he took you to Beaumont's house?
Oh, about those horrible creatures we saw.
Yeah.
He said they were corpses, taken from their grave.
That's it. Now, wait. Now, that's the superstition. Now for the practice. The ghouls that steal the dead corpses from the graves are supposed to put them there in the first place.
Yeah, so pretty much he contradicts the guy in the beginning. So he knows more. Listen to this. He fucks up.
No, not her body, yes, but not her dead body.
Yeah, I feel like he kind of flubbed a little there because you know, it's one take. They weren't going to do it again, and it wasn't a bad flub really. So.
Oh no, better dead than that.
Excuse me, please. Have you got a match?
There's that match again. Why is he always asking for a match?
Is that the same guy from before?
Yeah, this is that, you know, we'll just call him like the Van Helsing
The
guy.
Van Helsing. Yeah, I don't know what his character name in this movie is.
I don't want to screw it up, but it's something with a B. It's Beaumont is the other guy. Brunner, Dr. Brunner, or something like that.
Why isn't it possible to play pranks with nature?
Oh, I don't know.
So yeah, the view that the book gives is that he's learning about the zombie as the movie goes on. So it starts behind the other guy's angle who doesn't know, and then it slowly shifts to the other guy who knows.
Is that the reason it gives? I like that mask on the wall, by the way. I just want to
on the right.
That little mask, like that mask right there.
He's like in front of it now.
Yeah.
I just can't understand.
There is a lot of neat things in the background. You know, I wonder, is that Lugosi's face mask? Like, you know, the
Lugosi's life mask?
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
And what was that, like an anvil hanging above the fireplace or something? Like if they
and
go
what are
back.
those what are these like plaques on the wall? I wonder. Just like all like awards this guy won, I guess. his bowling trophies.
No.
Excuse me, please. Have you got a match?
Right here. Here's one.
You know where a lot of this stuff came from, I think, was Universal Studios.
Really?
Because they like rented, even though this is an independent film, they rented out studio space with Universal. So a lot of the chairs they sit in and everything are taken from other movies.
Produced lethargic coma or lifeless sleep shall be considered attempted murder.
All like scientists always have that accent too.
Yeah.
Like they always sound like that. Like Van Helsing sounds just like that too.
Yeah, a lot of times they have these like phony accents.
No matter what result follows.
He was just quoting like a real thing there. I think that was something taken from the book The Magic Island, which was all about like, the Haiti voodoo culture.
No, I think it's native word. Native word, exactly. Of course, if you want to, we can go to Beaumont's house first. If I can get Beaumont.
That was weird.
What just happened?
He like pounded the table and went to the jump cut.
All of a sudden he was in front of the desk.
My boy.
Yeah, there's like small bits of footage that are missing in this version, so you don't see the entire long take. It's a shame because they went through that effort to, you know, there's another cut just there.
Yeah.
So that's a reason why you got to get the real DVD, but it is one take.
So the Rerun one has like the full shot?
Yeah, the Rerun one you see more of this take, so it's all more fluent.
Okay. And this is where it ends.
Yeah, the shot ends here behind his back, and of course there normally shouldn't be a jump cut.
Now is that a matte painting or what?
Yeah, that's a glass painting there.
Glass painting.
Oh, and you know where, like, I don't know if the ocean is there either, but that other part, like that cliff, is actually Bronson Cave. Where else?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Of course.
This is supposedly Dracula's castle from Universal.
What, from a different angle or something?
Yeah, it looks different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like people have said that this is like I'm kind of confused because I always heard that the Dracula set was on stage 12 at Universal, and they use stage 12 all the time, so they'd take the sets down and then they'd film something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sure Frankenstein must have been filmed in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why Dracula's set would even still be standing at this point.
I wonder what they did with like all those set pieces. Like, did they just trash them?
Yeah, supposedly everything gets trashed.
That sucks.
It does. So I don't know how much of this really is the Dracula set. I think what they mean, most of it's a glass painting when you see like the big like full scale thing with the windows. That's a glass painting, and then like all these things like the piano and the chairs they're sitting in, a lot of that I think are props from the Dracula set.
Okay.
So that's what I think it means. They just took a lot of things from the Dracula set and like reassembled them in a different way. Like those stairs that, you know, you saw earlier, like, you know, would they be the stairs that Dracula walked down on?
Maybe they are from another angle or something.
Yeah.
Who really knows? I guess.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like it when you know, it's definitely not.
This kind of looks like a guy wearing a top hat on the left with,
with a
nose and a mouth and a big chin.
Oh my God! Yeah, a very thin top hat. Wow. So anyway, is this really the first zombie movie? Well, it's definitely the movie that introduced the term zombie. I think there were some movies that dealt with voodoo before, but this is the first feature film that's recognized as being the first zombie movie. There's a Broadway show before that was called Zombie, which happened not too long before this movie. But this movie has been so closely identified with introducing the term zombie in the film world, at least, that when the Halperin brothers who made the film, when they went to make a follow-up film called Revolt of the Zombies a few years later, they ran into legal issues because the people who financed White Zombie said that they owned the exclusive right to use the word zombie. So it actually went to court, and what eventually happened, they basically got sued. They were still able to release Revolt of the Zombies without changing the title, but they had to pay out a large sum of money. Now, the word zombie was in the dictionary, and it was used as the title of that Broadway show, but the court went with the notion that the movie is what defined the word zombie to the general public, that most people didn't know the word until the movie, so they treated it like it was a trademark name. And obviously nowadays the word zombie is in tons of movies. Like, even as early as the 40s, there was King of the Zombies, Revenge of the Zombies, Val Luden's I Walked with a Zombie, and Zombies on Broadway, which also had Lugosi in it. So it was some pretty shoddy legal rulings, and it didn't seem to hold any effect until the 30s, until after the 30s were over, I mean. But it goes to show how important this movie really was as the first zombie movie. And speaking of Revolt of the Zombies, you know, have you seen that?
I have never seen Revolt of the Zombies. I saw the Zombie on Broadway, though.
yeah, that's a funny movie, Zombies on Broadway. But Revolt of the Zombies was the Halperin brothers' sequel to this, but it's not really a sequel. So the only thing they are guilty of is trying to say it's a sequel when it's not. And everybody pretty much regards it as inferior, and it definitely is. But it actually uses Lugosi's eyes from the original. You know, the same shot where there's that close-up of his eyes?
The eyes.
Yeah, but none of that went to court. It was all just about the name zombie.
Right. It would be a pity to destroy such a lovely flower. Let's drink to the future of this flower. A glass of wine?